now remember, every time you laugh, an orphan sends me 35 cents. Happy Thursday, everyone. So the incoming mayor for New York City, Zohran Mamdani, has introduced his all-female transition team. At least we think they're female. True, since Zohran won, there have already been a few minor changes to the city. For example, the naked cowboy has already been replaced by the naked goat. And now every play on Broadway is Aladdin. And get this. LaGuardia Airport will now be offering direct flights into the Freedom Tower.
That's the one.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
That it is.
That is a joke. Anyway, the ongoing government shutdown means TSA employees haven't been paid in 36 days. Yeah, so now they're just groping you for tips. Nancy Pelosi announced she will not seek re-election to Congress in 2026. Which coincidentally is when the warranty on her face runs out. Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum is pressing charges against a man who groped and tried to kiss her on Tuesday. Police have identified the man as Jose Bidenito. According to a Republican California state senator, the city of Costa Mesa had a dog that voted in the last couple elections. They believe the dog voted Democrat because it was castrated. Edgy stuff. 3 Chinese astronauts are temporarily stranded in space after their return capsule was hit by space debris. Luckily, though, Chinese scientists have come up with the perfect thing to plug the hole. Former executive is suing Paramount, claiming they fired him for being too old and white. Well, at least they didn't give his job to a drunk woman. And finally, according to a new poll, 4 in 10 Americans say they believe in ghosts. Especially one man, because wherever he goes, all he hears is boo, boo, boo. All right, here we go. So the new mayor of New York City has proudly announced an all-female transition team. Yep, apparently the city's biggest problem isn't crime, homelessness, or whatever that smell is in Midtown.
Oh.
It's dudes.
Our team will be directed by Ilana Leopold, Lena Khan, Maria Torres Springer, Grace Bonilla, Melanie Hartzog.
So do 5 women reflect all of New York? Is the entire city female? If it were, God help the city if it were ever attacked by a medium-sized spider. The media, of course, lapped this up like it was a bowl of Alpo in front of Joy Behar. I hear Rachel Maddow got harder than a shark's tooth. Yeah, not so funny now, is it? But this isn't reality. It's nostalgia for a movement that's already been flushed. Identity politics. For a progressive, it seems he's really going backwards. America has moved on, but Zohran hit the brakes. And all those discarded wrappers of wokeism from the back seat just flew back into the front. And Mamdani begged for money to fund it.
Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com. Now let's get to work.
So Zohran asked voters to send him money so he could implement the free programs that he promised. That's like saying you can have sex with Sydney Sweeney, but first you have to bang Rosie O'Donnell.
I'm in.
I'm in. I do it. I don't ever recall being asked to fund a transition team, but if Zohran has his way, New Yorkers will be paying for anyone who wants to transition. He wants to fund trans surgery for minors with $65 million going for gender-affirming care. How's that for affordability? Then there's his victory rally, a political mosh pit of activists screaming about oppression in a city run by left-wing clowns. That's like dogs at the park complaining about the smell of ass. And who among the nuts were cheering Mamdani on? His buddy Hassan Piker, the dog torturer, famous for saying America deserved 9/11. It's a slap in the face to the thousands who perished on 9/11. I guess the city that never sleeps apparently is taking a dirt nap. And during this Antifa speed dating event, Mamdani called out more ethnic groups than a square dance at Ellis Island.
Thank you to those so often forgotten by the politics of our city who made this movement their own. I speak of Yemeni bodega owners and Mexican abuelas, Senegalese taxi drivers and Uzbek nurses,
Big crowd.
Trinidadian line cooks and Ethiopian aunties. Yes, aunties.
Aunties, Uzbek nurses. I saw that video. But sorry, it's not the bodega owners who put him over the top. They're busy shopping at pepperspray.com. It's the overeducated, over-estrogened elites. Zoe won 57% of voters with at least a bachelor's degree. It's not the working class that elected him, but the credentialed class that are unhappy that their dreams didn't pan out. And he cites those ethnic groups under the assumption they all cooperate. I got news for you. A lot of them don't get along. And they won't unless they have a unifying belief, which was the whole point of the melting pot. You could just call them Americans. The problem, most of Zohran's supporters, they hate that label. Because here, diversity trumps patriotism. And yet, why are there so many immigrants in New York City? To make money, which you don't do with free supermarkets or free buses, or defunding the police, or forcing citizens to pay for sex changes. If you want to keep the Yemeni bodegas open, you need capitalism, which Zohran hates. But the credentialed elites like the idea of free buses because they'll never ride them when they become asylums on wheels. They'll feel virtuous about all the illegals because they'll never lose their job to unskilled labor. And they'll still blame crime on root causes when the real root cause is voting to release repeat offenders. New York just hired a woke tribute band, but they don't come cheap. That's what the new left thrives on, not the real-life struggles of working people, but ideas that excite children of privilege who are so brilliant they're stuck with useless college degrees. Those ideas are all they have since the policies always fail. So now they can't afford homes, children, marriages, and the standard of living they so demand. And for that, they're going to take it out on you.
Let's welcome tonight's guest.
After prostate exams, he says, now it's your turn. Chief Medical Officer at the wellness company, Dr. Drew Pinsky. They call him the Michael Jordan of comedy because he should also retire. Comedian Rich Ross. She's like a Slim Jim, thin, spicy, and ready to snap. New York Times bestselling author and Fox News contributor Kat Timm. And old ladies ask him for help walking across the street to their bedroom. Former NWA World Champion and host of the Planet Irish podcast, Irish. So, Dr. Drew, are you, where are you on this? Optimistic, pessimistic,
as
apocalyptic?
Ukrainian, Belarusian, Scottish male, I have to say that, you know, this whole idea that things are just concept, he has come on the record and said that violence is just a concept. We had violence before we had language.
Yeah.
And now the new plan is to take Rikers Island and make it a criminal rehab social model unit. Prediction, riot within a year, takeover hostage situation within 2 years. It'll be awesome.
I also think that whatever incident occurs in the city, whether it has to do with ICE or something at a prison or at a campus, he's going to choose the other side. It's going to blow up. You'll have a Minneapolis. I've been through that. Let's move on to the weird guy in the hat. You're a Jew.
Oh. Wait, first of all, you're Jewish. You would never go, you're a black, okay?
He does all the time. Yeah, especially whenever I take his parking spot, first thing he says, you're a black.
Yes, I am a Jew.
Are you worried as a Jewish person?
Well, you know, first of all, I live in Jersey, but it does multiply to. Here's the deal.
Yes.
I was so upset when he went. It's like when a girl leaves you, or I felt like a Jets fan, and not only I knew I was going to come on, and I go, I'm really, really not happy about this. Mm-hmm. And it not only his politics, his anti-Semitism, his ego, the fact that during his acceptance speech he would go after Trump. You're a mayor. You're a mayor going after. Stay in your lane and get hit by a bus. You see what I'm saying?
Kat, I'm just happy that Rich completed a thought.
I
mean, there was a point in there I wasn't sure.
You got a little.
He did lane, bus, a little bit of wordplay there.
Yes.
Listen, let's not dissect. That was an applause break on my opening.
Yes. What do you make of this? I thought that we were over identity politics, but it seems like he's pulling it back in. Is it just because that's the way it's always going to be in cities like New York?
No.
And okay, how about this? Do you buy this whole thing of you celebrate all the different identities as if they're all together?
Yeah, look. One thing that I've noticed in common with a lot of the people who are in my social media circle, you know, the people, once you follow someone, you can never unfollow them because you just can't. And it's the people who I'm like, I don't feel like her job matches her apartment.
Yes.
It's all these people where they have their little podcast that no one listens to, or their little YouTube channel that no one watches. And they have this beautiful apartment in New York City. And it's like, oh, you're not worried about your money because it's not your money.
Yes.
It's your dad's money or your mom's money or whatever else. And also, isn't he kind of like that?
Yes.
He's a little rich kid too. So it does take a certain kind of, there are these overeducated people are overeducated, but they also maybe feel bad about that. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guilt where people feel like they need to support this person, or I'm a bad person because I had all these advantages and I want other people to. And it's not about being compassionate or not to take money from other people. But it is, I'm not saying it's everyone who supports him, but I'm saying all those people do support him.
And we have socialist islands in this country. They're called colleges and universities.
Yeah.
And people you're talking about spent a lot of time there, and they come to think of it as that's reality.
Well, that's his dad is a professor at Columbia who hates America. His mom was a successful film director. He's never experienced what
You don't know what it was like for him.
That's true.
Phil.
I don't know his
Mom
lived
and dad
experience.
busy all the time. He had to play with the nanny. You know, summer vacations, flying first class by himself. You don't know the intricacies of what this man has gone through. I personally liked his move.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was woke. I thought he set up his excuse panel. Why is everything sucks? Oh, because the whole woman transition team.
Blame the ladies.
You know, no free grocery stores. You know what happens when you get 5 of them in a room? Wow. You know, that's what I thought he was doing. You know, I maybe he was being woke, but if it was me,
Yeah.
you know, I would have had my fall guy in place.
Yeah. That's a good point.
So maybe that's his. Now with all the transition stuff that's going to go awry and not work, he has his out. Because then it'd be like, well, what are you going to do? I can't fire him. There's 5 women of different ethnicities. I'd get canceled. So I guess we'll just have to go with it. So I think this was just a smooth backup plan.
Yeah.
Didn't New York fire chief resign yet?
Yes.
And since when do Jews put out fires? You don't get that one? Jewish lightning.
Oh, very funny.
Yeah.
A lot of comics don't like to explain their jokes. I have no problem.
No problem, yeah.
That came out of nowhere.
It was good, though.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.